Hey there! Today we're going to talk about something that every single one of us has gone through, rejection. It's this powerful, totally universal human experience. In this explainer, we're going to get into why it hurts so much, and more importantly, how we can actually turn that pain into a real catalyst for growth. All right, let's get into it.
So, let me just ask you straight up. Have you ever felt that sharp kind of gut punch feeling? You know, from a job you really wanted, or a relationship that ended, maybe a group of friends you just couldn't seem to click with? Yeah, that feeling. It's unmistakable. And if you felt that, the most important thing to know right off the bat is that you are so not alone in this. It's a fundamental part of the human journey. It's one of those struggles that honestly connects us all.
So to figure out how to move past it, we first have to really understand the pain itself. Like, what is actually going on inside of us when we feel rejected?
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? The pain of rejection isn't just, in your head. It can feel as real, as sharp as a physical injury. It's this deep, really personal wound.
And here's the wild part. The science totally backs this up. Neuroscientists have actually found that our brains process social rejection in the exact same parts that light up when we feel physical pain. So when you say getting dumped or being left out hurts, you're not being dramatic. On a neurological level, your brain is screaming, yes, it literally does.
Okay, so we know the pain is real, and it's processed like a physical injury, but let's go a little deeper. Why does it hit us so hard on a psychological level? What's the big trigger here? Well, it all goes back to our survival instincts. From an evolutionary standpoint, being part of a tribe was everything. If you were cast out, you were in serious danger. And that old wiring, it's still in us. So today, rejection threatens that same fundamental need to belong, and it pokes at our deepest, most primal fears of being all alone. And that threat, it sets off this whole cascade of really tough, but super common feelings. Just look at this list for a second. Do any of these feel familiar? That sudden wave of self-doubt, the big hit to your self-esteem, maybe questioning your own worth or feeling anxious about what's next? If you're nodding along, just know that seeing these feelings for what they are is the first step to taking their power away. And this is where things start to shift. This is the turning point. We've sat with the pain, we understand it, but we do not have to be defined by it. So let's talk about how to build a brand new, way more empowering perspective.
Honestly, this right here is everything. The rejection, that's just an event. The story we tell ourselves about that event, that's what gives it all its power. And the incredible thing is, you're the author of that story. You get to change the narrative.
And this is what that looks like in action. Look at that first column. That's that harsh inner critic talking. A thought like, I was rejected because I'm worthless feels so final, so personal. But now look at the new perspective. It was a mismatch of needs or timing. See the difference? It's not about your value. It's about the situation. Or take, this is the end of the road. That sounds so hopeless, right? The reframe, this is a redirection. It's not about pretending it doesn't hurt. It's about changing the story from I failed to this is a new direction. I absolutely love this quote because it flips the whole script. Think about it. If you're getting rejected, it means you're out there, in the arena. You're putting yourself on the line, you're taking risks, you're trying to grow. It's proof of your courage, not a sign of your failure.
Okay, so we've got the mindset shift down. But what are some practical, real-world things we can do to actually navigate this journey and start moving on?
Here we go, a simple 5-step process. First, and this is crucial, don't just push the feeling down. Acknowledge it. Let yourself feel the sting. Then, when you're ready, try to step back and look at it objectively. Was it really all about you, or were there other factors? Step 3 is so important. Reconnect with your self-worth. Remind yourself of your strengths, your wins. And remember step 4, give yourself time. Finally, don't try to do it all alone. Reach out to the people who lift you up.
And please remember this. There is no finish line for healing. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. This isn't about getting back to the person you were before. It's about growing into the person you're becoming because of this.
Which brings us to our final, and I think most powerful section. This is where we move beyond just coping with the pain and start building real, lasting resilience.
This quote really frames rejection as a teacher. It pushes us to ask better questions. What did I learn about what I want? What can I maybe do differently next time? What new opportunity is this pointing me toward? The lesson is always there if we're willing to look for it.
So, if there's one thing to take away from all of this, it's this. Rejection feels like a slammed door, a dead end, but it is almost always a redirection. It's life's way of saying, hey, not this path. there's another one over here for you. It really is an opportunity in disguise.
And that leaves us with one last thought, a question for you to take with you. Because let's be real, rejection is gonna happen again. It's just part of a life lived to the fullest. But now you have the tools, you have the perspective to see it differently. So how will you choose to use it next time? Not as a weapon against yourself, but as fuel for your own incredible growth.